I don't care what you're facing or how low you get. Your inner wisdom is always there. It is. And the thing is that we often don't listen to it. And the reason why you're not aware of it is because of the reticular activating system. If you're not helping your brain by telling your brain what's important to it, it's going to filter out things that could be helping you. How you're feeling about yourself is the game. Because if you have not worked out yourself and your relationship with yourself, it does not matter what's happening on the outside. That's like the clothes you wear. That's what everybody sees. You have a supercomputer between your ears. It is designed to solve problems. It is designed to spot patterns. It is designed to learn new things. It is designed to create and to connect and to constantly be growing. That's what your brain is doing. If you have this massive horsepower between your ears, which you do, and you're not aiming it at something like a big project or something that's important or something that's positive, it's true, isn't it? That your brain aims itself back at you. I have absolutely had those moments, and I know you have too, where you are so focused on something that you're enjoying. Like it might be something like gardening. It might be that you're a great video gamer, and so you get lost in the moment. It might be when you've played sports or you're playing an instrument, or it might be when you're out on a hike and you're just so hyper present. Why? You can get lost in the flow of focus because you're in the present moment, because your supercomputer in your mind is aimed at something outside of you. But isn't it true that in those moments where you feel consumed with negativity, or you're beating yourself up, or you're constantly telling yourself it's never enough, or you're seeing nothing but the negative when you look in the mirror, you've just taken all that horsepower and you just aimed it right at you. How do you take all that mental energy and instead of aiming it at yourself, you actually aim it at something that creates happiness and success and more positivity and self-transformation? Your brain is like a Labrador retriever or a golden retriever. It is hardwired to actually chase down something that you direct it at. Your brain is just sitting around like a bored Labrador, waiting for you to pick up a ball and put it in motion, waiting for you to throw something out into the future and say, go get it. It is one of the best ways to direct your brain at something other than you. And you're not feeding that desire. The supercomputer is now aimed at you. You're up in your head. Instead of like being focused on the world and solving problems, you're now tearing yourself down. You've made yourself a problem, right? Being anxious and negative, it shuts down your ability to problem solve. It shuts down your ability to be creative. When you're idle, your thoughts turn negative. When you've got nothing that you're focused on, the supercomputer focuses on you. And because it's a problem-solving machine, it typically is looking for problems, and then it turns you into one. We can change this by doing something creative, like just start planning the meal for tonight. Open up a cookbook and start flipping through it. Your mind is now focused on solving the problem. The problem is no longer you. The problem is, what are we going to create for dinner? It's not just about creativity. It's about the power of having a project that you can aim your mind at. Simply having a project, literally, rewire your brain away from rumination. And when you don't have a project, you feel like you're not making progress towards anything, which means you have more negative emotions. And that's not going to come to a lot of good. Having a project also boosts happiness because having something to focus on actually increases dopamine, which we know is kind of this neurochemical that gets released in your mind that is all about drive, and it helps you focus. And your brain is going to release dopamine not when you clean out the closet, not when you finish writing the song, not when you finish paying your bills, not when dinner is finished cooking, but rather as you're working toward it. When you provide that to the supercomputer between your ears, your supercomputer is a little happier. Having a project to focus your brain power on strengthens your overall mental health. Goals give you direction and purpose. Goals help you navigate challenges because it actually gives your mind something to focus on, which helps you build resilience against stress and emotional struggles. Because that means that even in a stressed out state, you have something that you can aim your brain at so that your tired, stressed out brain doesn't start turning you into an even bigger problem. I want to teach you about a part of your brain, the supercomputer between your ears. That part of your brain is called the reticular activating system. That there is this filter in your brain. It is deciding all day long what information gets into your conscious mind and what information is being filtered out of your conscious mind. That is what it is doing. And there's a reason why you need this filter. Check this out. Do you know that there are 6 to 10 million bits of information coming at your mind, body, and spirit every single second? 6 to 10 million. Your brain can't handle that. Neither can your body. Your conscious brain can only handle between 50 and 100 bits. And 99% of that it can handle is all stuff that's about how your body operates. So teeny amounts of information is actually getting to your conscious brain. What's super interesting about this is that means a bazillion amounts of bits of information are bombarding you. You're just not aware of it. And the reason why you're not aware of it is because of the reticular activating system. Now, here's where this gets interesting. What's important is what you tell your reticular activating system is important. If you're interested in achieving your goals and making more money and having a positive mindset, understanding that your brain is trying to help you. And if you're not helping your brain by telling your brain what's important to it, it's going to filter out things that could be helping you. There are signs all around you. And you, just like I used to, you're just so up in your head and your computer is aimed against you that you're not programming it correctly to see the positive signs that are around you. And it's evidence that your mind can be trained. You can make your brain work for you by telling it what is important to you. And if you want to make a lot of money, you better train your mind to see opportunities and deals that other people walk right by. Because you're not looking for it, then you're going to miss the opportunities and deals that are right there that you currently aren't seeing because you're not looking for it either. And the only reason why you're not looking for it is because you haven't made this a project. I don't care what you're facing or how low you get. Your inner wisdom is always there. It is. And the thing is that we often don't listen to it. If you list all the people that you admire, Jay-Z, Beyonce, like everybody that you admire is doing the exact same thing. They actually listen to their inner wisdom. They have figured out how to tune out the critic up here and trust the instincts. All those people that we admire most, that's what they're doing. They have the ability to tune into those instincts that are true for them. Because the fact is, there's only one you. That's it. And you matter because there's only one you, and there's only ever gonna be one you. And your instincts and your experiences and your inner wisdom is a gift to the world. And every time that you tune it out because of the habit of hesitating or the habit of self-doubt or the habit of worrying or the habit of overthinking, you are robbing the world of that gift that you have to give to everybody. And you can use this simple, stupid, silly tool to train yourself to not only hear it, but also to develop the skill of courage to act on it. So the part of the problem with a lot of the advice that I've found, for me personally, is that a lot of advice is all about kind of doing mental battle. And if I go upstairs, I'm behind enemy lines and I tend to get hijacked. You cannot control your feelings that rise up, but you can always control how you think and what you do. And a lot of people think confidence is a state of belief. It can be, but that's not where it begins. I say that confidence is the willingness to try. That's all that it is. Knowing that you may succeed or survive, but you'll still try. So if you're in the middle of a difficult conversation and you feel those feelings come up that normally trigger you to start editing yourself, or to censor yourself, or to silence yourself, or to think sabotaging thoughts in like a business negotiation, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, awaken the prefrontal cortex, get back in the game. So I love this tool because 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 interrupts those patterns. It actually prompts the part of the brain that I need in order to change. And it makes changing easier because I've now got my mind working for me instead of against me. And it gets me out of my head. Whenever I felt this, I should do this, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I would make myself do it. And slowly, 5 seconds at a time, my entire life started to change. It has given me mastery over myself. This rule allows me to be the best version of me and to interrupt like all the garbage that can trigger you to behave in a way that's inconsistent with your values and your dreams. It is a tool that certainly prompts you to act, but it is also a tool that helps you tune in to your inner wisdom. Like you're not only going to start waking up, you'll be so in tune with those signals that come from your instincts, not emotional, not instinctual, like instinctual. You get a direct line to your inner voice. You know the term deliberate practice, right? So deliberate practice is this idea that, yeah, you could do 10,000 hours at anything and become an expert at it, but the way to do it faster is to do deliberate practice, which means you're practicing with the intention of improving, and there's a feedback loop. You can be doing things that are really hard that energize you. You can be doing things that are really scary that energize you. The same is true with things that deplete you. There are things in your life that are really easy for you. There are people that you hang out with, by the way, that you've been hanging out with for years, but they deplete you. And so I've been starting to become more deliberate about how I distance myself from things that deplete me. And so the thing that's also been really cool is that when you start to discover the courage to speak what's true for you, it's amazing how things shake out and fall into place, and it gives other people the courage to explore and figure out what's true for them. Success is one thing. What does it actually mean to be satisfied with your life? What does satisfaction with your life really look like when you take full responsibility for what truly matters to you? So many of us chase achievement and tell ourselves that if we just get 1 million followers, if we just have $1 million in the bank, if we just drive the right car, if we just have the right clothes, if we're just in the right friend group, then those things on the outside somehow repair the things on the inside. Those are just the things you're doing. How you're feeling about yourself is the game. Because if you have not worked out yourself and your relationship with yourself, it does not matter what's happening on the outside. That's like the clothes you wear. That's what everybody sees. If you hate yourself, if you still are beating yourself up for the mistakes that you made, if you're holding that over your head like ransom for your happiness, success does not make you happy. The faster you can dedicate time and energy to looking at who you are and what you can learn from the mistakes that you've made, and how you forgive yourself for the things that you did that hurt other people and the things that you've done to yourself that hurt you, so that you can step fully into the next chapter of your life feeling like you've got your arm around your own shoulder. Like, that is the greatest gift you could ever give to yourself. So if you are procrastinating more than ever, if you feel on edge, if you feel more irritable, if you are struggling to focus more than ever, the issue is that your stress response is running you. You need to say, I don't want my life to feel like this. And you could insert, I don't want my job to feel like this. I don't want my body to feel like this when I wake up. I don't want my relationships to feel like this. I don't want my stress. Like you can just literally saying the way that my life is right now no longer works for me. When you go through life like that, it gives you so much mastery over how you're going to behave because you're thinking about the things that you want to cause.